This message is called Let Them Go Wander. You won't be there when they come back, though. And this is kind of reminding me of the message that I just dropped about Daniel, the book of Daniel with King Nebuchadnezzar. And basically how God said to him, how the angel revealed to him in his dream, hey, if you don't cut down that tree, your tree is growing too big. It's like an ego, right? His ego was too big. He thought he was the king of the world, just doing too much. And he wasn't living a righteous life anymore. It was about him. It wasn't about the plan. He forgot about the plan. He wanted to change things up, maybe because of the riches, maybe because of the people that was working for him, the things that people was doing to him, the way that people were honoring and respecting him for his crazy ass choices. This is reminding me of how God told him that, for 7 years, you're going to be living like a wild animal. And then after that, you may be able to come back to your throne. But it's after that, after you learn your lessons, okay? So you want to read the book of Daniel. Start from like a chapter 1 or something like that with King Nebuchadnezzar. That's the main one that I'm thinking about. So this is not a situation where it's like someone is wandering and they're the prodigal son and they're going to be received. No, this is someone that's wandering because they're in that energy of, oh, I can find something else. Oh, I can go search for something else. Oh, this person over here worships me. This person believes everything that I say. This person loves me no matter what. I don't have to do too much with this person, so I'm going to go wander over here and leave that person behind. This actually reminds me of the message I just dropped as well, too, called She Ain't You. And this man is flabbergasted because someone is going to do something where they leave a connection. They don't make a wise choice here by leaving a situation or a connection. And it's to the point where by the time they come back, God will have you somewhere else. Okay, like King Nebuchadnezzar, those people that was under him at that time, God is probably going to would have moved them somewhere else by then. You know what I'm saying? So by the time King Nebuchadnezzar was back on his throne, he got people, different people. You know what I'm saying? So when this person comes back around, y'all, you're going to already be doing something else. Okay? You're going to be already under another king or with another king. You're going to already be crowned as queen somewhere else, or you're just going to already be doing something else, okay? And that's just part of their karma, okay? Because somebody decided that they wanted to go a different route, and because of how smart God is, he already have different lives created for us. He have your righteous life, the life that you can live if you're in alignment and if you're ready to receive all that God has for you, right? You're making the right sacrifices. You're letting go of the things, people, places, or whatever habits that God is telling you to release so that you're able to receive what he has for you, your real family, your real friends, your real lover, whatever, your real career, your real money, your real abundance. So it's things that God will tell you to release to make room for more. And this is somebody that they decided not to live the righteous path because it was too much sacrificing. It was too much things that they had to change, right? They had to really look at themselves in the mirror. They had to really do shadow work. And a lot of people don't like doing that type of work. Some people really don't start healing and thinking about themselves and until the very end, until like near-death experiences or something really dramatic happens in their life. Then that's when people start to think differently, y'all. Please excuse me, my voice is gone, child. I was working a wedding yesterday. So, I'm like team lead and I be just yelling and, it's loud. So I'm in the kitchen directing and, I'm making sure the wedding is going because I don't play about people. I want to make sure that everybody has a good time whenever I'm in anyone's presence. I don't care what type of job I'm booked for at that day. So this is why my voice is gone. So please excuse that, child. But yeah, this is someone here. God is like, you're going to have to deal with this karma right now. And Gonna be living like a wild beast, probably more of a beast than you are right now, because this is somebody that's giving me beast energy anyway, a wild animal. But God is like, you know what? Now that this is what you want, I'm gonna give it to you 100%. You know, this is somebody that is going towards their karmic life that was created for them instead of choosing their righteous, right? It'd be like two different paths that we can choose from, you know. But someone here decided to go this path because, again, too much sacrifice and too much things that they had to let go of. Okay, maybe they wasn't ready to apologize for some things. Maybe they wasn't ready to forgive some people for some things. Maybe they just wasn't even ready to forgive themselves for some things that they went through or some things that they did or whatever, stuff like that. People do that all the time, you know. People be having a hard time with forgiving themselves for the mistakes that they made, not realizing that you were always going to make that mistake. You may not have made it in that particular way, but the lesson was going to be learned either way. You know, so if you ain't dead and it made you stronger, then just be grateful that you got through with that lesson, because now you're on to the next lesson. And that's how you keep climbing and climbing the ladder so you can make it to heaven, right? You want to live a heaven on earth lifestyle. And in order to obtain that, there are some things that you have to go through. There are some levels that you have to pass and some lessons that you have to learn to get there. This is somebody they were trying to skip some levels. They were trying to skip some levels here, and it caught up to them. It caught up to them. That's like you going up steps and you skipping some steps. You know, skipping 2 steps is cool. So when you start to skip 3, now you pushing it a little bit. Your legs better be long enough to skip 3 steps when you going up some steps now. 4 now, bitch, you pushing it. Your legs definitely better be humongous. Shit, you that big, you probably one of the watchers that was the first people on earth if you that damn big. Because ain't nobody out here just skipping that many steps just regularly. But this is somebody that was just skipping steps. They didn't want to take it step by step. They didn't want to learn the lessons. They didn't want to understand why they were put in these situations and really learn from it. Whenever you're put in a situation or placed somewhere, it's up to you to self-reflect and see, like, okay, why was I in this situation? Why did I even entertain this person? Is there something in me that I'm still seeking? Is there something in me that is making me seek out this type of, attention or whatever? Because sometimes when we go in towards the wrong things, it's never real love there. It's always either we want some attention, we want some validation. We're going through a trying time and we just need somebody around us. We need somebody to listen. We got to be careful with that, because there's a lot of people that be ready to listen when you're going through something, because they like to hear that you're going through something. It makes them remember that you are human. There's people that look at you as a superwoman or a superman, and when they see that you're going through something, it gets them happy, because now they're like, yes, they're the same as me. Yes, they go through the same shit as me, because some people really feel like you're a superman or you're a superwoman, and you just don't go through the same things as them. And that's false. You do. You just get through them. It's a difference between going through them and actually going through them. When you go through things, you really go through things. You sit down and you reflect on the things that you have gone through. And, some people, they're just not used to that. They're not used to people actually, like, going through shit and actually getting through it. So, with you, people are in awe. They're in amazement when it comes to you and stuff like that. So, so someone now, it's just, I'm getting a lot of people just feeling the consequences of their actions, the cause and effect. All right. And people not thinking that there is a big effect on the things that they're doing, So this is someone that didn't think that if they wandered off away from this connection or away from, the path that God had them on, away from their journey, or away from their spiritual connection, I don't know what they thought. Maybe they thought that they can always come back. Okay, it's different for some of y'all. Some of y'all, they always felt like they was going to be able to come back. You love them, you care about them, they could come back. Some people just felt like, they just didn't want to settle on that. They just wanted to explore their options. They just wanted to be extra sure. And that's why they wandered off. And then some people, they just simply didn't see your worth, or just didn't value you, or feel like you were worthy or valuable. So this is why they wandered off. So it's really different for different reasons, Somebody can appear in someone's life, and then next thing you know, this person is treating you like dookie because this new appearance that just entered into their life feels like paradise, and they can just leave you alone, not realizing that they haven't even uncovered the truth about that new experience yet. And this could be this person's case as well, because now I'm thinking about that. Like, maybe somebody wandered off. This is sounding like my last message, the she ain't you message. Please go check into that message. It's like someone wandering off into the wilderness here, and now they're realizing, oh, this is the wilderness. This is the hood. Oh, this the trenches, bitch. Motherfuckers don't care about me. Motherfuckers don't support me. I got to really fight hard. I got to prove myself to these people. People don't just, it's almost that. It's like they got tricked into thinking that things was going to be different on this other side, or things were going to be different if they took another path. I don't know who they were tricked by, though. Maybe they had other friends and stuff around them. Maybe because this is somebody that is scared of making sacrifices. I feel like this is their biggest issue. Their biggest issue is that they were afraid to make a sacrifice, many sacrifices. So if this message is for you, you're going to know, because you could have had arguments or problems with this person because they never wanted to sacrifice things. Like, this is somebody that will put their mama before you, their daddy before you, their sisters and brothers before you, their friends before you. You're just like, when are you going to sacrifice these people for me? When am I going to be, on the top of your list? Stuff like that. It's like people don't know how to juggle. They don't. So they could have had a lot of needy people around them that never wanted to be sacrificed. That's another thing. That's another trick. When you have people, that was confirmation. When you have people that is aware and they're fighting hard, especially if they're aware of the spirit, that this is a spiritual battle or spiritual war, they will fight hard to keep somebody attached to them so that they won't go off to someone else. So this person could have been dealing with these type of succubus energies that just wanted to stay attached to them. And they couldn't sacrifice them ever to make time for you, to prioritize you, because you are their priority. So they wandered off. Okay, somebody made the wrong deal. It's like making a deal with the devil here. It's like the devil pulling up with a van of something that's their favorites and telling them, hey, come over here, I got this sweet treats for you. Like, if you love butter pecan ice cream, it's a fucking minivan pulling up on the side, like, hey, come in here, I got some ice cream. I got some ice cream. Like, they knew exactly what you liked or what you wanted to get you to go over there. It's like, hey, I got this Reese's Pieces in this van, come over here, shorty. Ooh, I got some puppies over here, I got some cats over here. You like kittens? You like kitties? Come over here. It's like, bitch, didn't your mama and your daddy teach you that since a kid? You don't just go over to strangers because it's shining. Everything that glitters ain't gold. Everything that glitters ain't gold. And this is why whoever this message is for, this person, by the time they come back, you're already gone, because they done went towards some things that you just can't come back from. Because what I wrote down is, let them go wander. You won't be there when they get back. That's what I wrote back. Let them go wander. Some people think that the grass is greener somewhere else. Or, sometimes it's best to just release people and give them silence. Let them go deal with their own energy. Some people don't even like their energy. Some people don't even know how to deal with their energy. Release them. Let them see if they actually miss you. If they're actually thinking about you, release them. Sometimes you got to let a motherfucker wander. Just know that when you let people wander, sometimes there's a chance that they may not, not even that they may not come back, but some of them, they may not come back after they're wandering, but you may be gone by the time they come back. You may be in a whole nother place in your life, a whole nother space. And you don't even remember this person. You're not thinking about this person. You done moved on from this person. You done healed so much from this person, this connection, situation. It's just like, let them wander at this point. If somebody want to go wandering, you just got to let them wander. Sometimes you just got to let people go see what it is that they want. If they not happy with you, let them go find what makes them happy then. It is what it is. God will heal your heart in the process as you're doing that release, but that's you doing a sacrifice. That's you. And God is looking at you like, look at my blessed child who's willing to sacrifice this love that they actually love and care about to make space for more. Because that's basically what you're doing. If somebody is unsure about you, in and out, and they want to go wandering, you love and care about this person, but you're telling God, hey, God, just release this person. I'm going to just sacrifice this, you know? I don't want to be stressed about this. I don't want to be hindering anybody from being happy. If I don't make this person happy, God, please release this person. Let them go be happy. You see? And God is looking at you like you're so grown. You're so mature. You understand what sacrifices mean on a different level. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to sacrifice things or people that you love sometimes to make sure that they know what they love and what they care about, you know? And this is what you did here in this situation. But unfortunately for them, not for you. It's not an unfortunate situation for you. I just want you to know that. But unfortunately for them, somebody here decided to wander. This can be for my men and women. I'm feeling a lot of men where you have women that wanted to go wander off. They came up with excuses. Maybe they said, hey, this, and this. But the truth is they really just wanted to go explore their options. Okay, so you just got to give it to what it is. Oh, I'm not doing enough for you. You know what? I never want to not make you happy. I never want you to be stuck or feel like you're settling in anything. So let me release you, because honestly, if you're unhappy with me, that means that deep down inside, the love is not reciprocated or mutual, which means that maybe I'm infatuated or maybe I just care too much about you where I shouldn't, because it's really not reciprocated. So which means that maybe my true love is still out there somewhere, because if it ain't you, it's out there. You get what I'm saying? This is how you really break some shit down, and now you turn it around and you give it to God. That's how you do it right there. You know what I'm saying? Because if someone doesn't feel the same way that you feel, obviously y'all not a perfect match. You're not. Sometimes it takes somebody longer to really, really open up and admit that this is how they feel. But we talking about when it's dead ass right in your face, where you know you don't care about this person the same way that they care about you. When it's literally black and white. We're not talking about when you shy, you getting to know somebody, you don't want to show them that you really like them. We're not talking about stuff like that. We're talking about when it's clear and day that y'all on two different pages. You don't keep trying to turn the page to get on the right page, because when you turn the page, they turn the page. When you turn the page, they staying on that other page and you already turning. Like, no. Release them. Let them go wander and find what is for them, so that what is for you can come to you, especially if you're a feminine listening to me, so that what is for you can come right back to you. If you're a man listening to me, so that what is for you can find you when you out, so that you can find it when you're out. As a man, because he that finds a wife finds the good things and obtain favor from the Lord. So you do have to go find your wife as a man. But now that you let people go wander and do what they really rather do, that's the trick. That's what they rather do, but they just trying to break it off with you another way. Somebody got a taste of something, right? Somebody got their sight on something and it looked like it was shining, like it was so much gold over there. They got a taste of a little something. They thought that it was so sweet. And then they get over there and they taste it, and it's motherfucking Merlot or Pinot Noir. That's an acquired taste. That's not sweet for everybody. Some people think it's bitter. But from the side, from the outside, you looking at a nice glass of Pinot Noir, you thinking that shit is sweet, it's dark, it's rich. But not everybody is going to like it. Now you tasting it and you drinking it, you like, whoa, what is this? I thought that this was this. This is that vibe. Somebody seen something or got a little taste of something, and they thought that that's what they needed to go towards. So guess what? Let them. Let them. Because at the end of the day, we all on our own journey. You don't ever want to be the cause that's stopping somebody from proceeding with their journey. Let them go on their path. They may not be going the righteous path that God wants for them, but who are you? You can't make nobody. You can say what you got to say and let people go do what they got to do. Because we still don't control these people. These are God's children. And sometimes God's children go astray. And guess who can bring them back? Only God. Only their soul. Only their salvation. You can't. You can say stuff to them that may linger in their mind. You can show them a feeling. Give them love and support when they're in your face. When they're in your presence. But you're not supposed to be like trying to prove to a motherfucker down that you're the chosen one, that they should be with you, that you're, no, we don't do stuff like that. We don't. Now you done lost your worth. Now you're a lunatic. Now you're doing too much to prove. Diamonds just shine. They ain't got to do too much. You usually go seeking for a diamond. You get what I'm saying? When you ready to go buy diamonds because you're trying to commit to something, it's because you want to add something to your jewelry, a statement piece, you going out for an event, or you're about to have an event, you're about to do a proposal, or you're going to give a promise ring, or you're giving your significant other a gift, something that is valuable, meaningful. Maybe you're giving your family, your mother, your father a gift, something that is valuable and meaningful. But diamonds ain't going searching for you. Diamonds sitting pretty in their stores, in their jewelry shops, either in some bracelets or a necklace or a ring, waiting for the right people to come pick them. Okay, don't let that go over your head now. I love you all, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.